Cheers.
Bitch, listen. When I tell you the inside of me, I got butterflies. I feel like it's the first day of school.
It's
bitch.
brewing like some tea. We back.
We back, y'all, and the bitch is excited. Welcome to another episode of
To Each His Own.
I'm Miss Lomax.
And I am Sunkissed Child.
And we the Jones from Philly, y'all. We the two Jones.
Period.
To Each His Own, and we going bring it in. So what's going on, partner? We just going to jump right into what's been going on lately in the streets and our personal lives. Let me just say this. I'm not sure, but I sent it to you earlier.
Okay.
Because, of course, now we've been seeing the talk about Megan has now finally sat down with Gayle King, and she was talking about her and the Tory Lanez situation.
Yeah.
I just got to be honest. When Gayle asked her if they were in a sexual relationship, her response, it was given untruth.
It was given very delayed for me.
Yes,
personally.
it was very. That's why it was given untruth, because it was so delayed.
Okay.
She said, "Were you guys in a sexual relationship?" She said, like, what the fuck you mean? You know who you fucked and who you didn't.
Yeah,
like very quickly, you would have been no.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't understand why that took so long
to answer. Yeah, it's like is you is or is you ain't. Right. Like straight to it. Let's do it. I don't know, man. It just seems a little cloudy to me. I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up with everything.
And I ain't want to say nothing negative about Megan, but I don't think that's necessarily negative, but
right.
Mm-mm.
It's given a lot has happened since then, and it's given, everyone in the situation pretty much was, intoxicated. They was out, so it probably really did get out of hand really quickly. Like she said, I believed. Of course, I believed that.
Like
we've all
experienced that.
Things get to go. Things get away from you sometimes.
Yeah.
So it probably was just a slippery slope. And next thing she knew, shit did or didn't go the way she's saying it went, according to her and Tory, or not according to them. However it went, because I don't know, because I wasn't there. So.
Right. I'm like, but pretty much Gayle was like presenting this thing like, well, he's saying that you guys was
in a relationship
or had some sort of sexual dealings, and you're saying you're not. So like you said, Gayle was kind of on some shit like, well, is you is or is you ain't kind of shit.
Right.
Gayle be here for the shenanigans.
She do, and I saw people like kind of dragging her too, saying that like how they feel like every time it's something negative with someone in our community, like something that's really detrimental to them in their career, she's always the one to sit them down and ask the questions. But I'm just like, not everybody's built. I guess she will have to be the bad guy. I guess people feel like, there is a culture of people who are black who feel like we are portrayed and negatively across the board, especially like in movies and things like that. So when it comes to people like Gayle and Tyler Perry, I often hear people like drag them and say, oh, they portray us in such a negative way. And I'm just like, well, I mean, including the maker of Love and Hip Hop, what's her name? Mona.
Scott, yeah.
So, I mean, but in all actuality, I feel like these things are popular because they are negative. Yes, I mean, that's the same with anything. I don't feel like it's just us.
Yeah, people love drama.
People love drama
off that shit,
because
naturally.
when you think about it, when reality TV started back in the day, Real World was like more so a white show more than it was. Although what they did have, I'm not saying they didn't have other cultures. They did, but it was more so a white show. That's why we came out with
College Hill.
Absolutely, and that was my
College Hill was my shit.
Okay.
I can't wait to go to a
the
HBCU
throwback, honey.
Hill, and I didn't go to no HBCU.
So all of that shit, like plays a major part, in
I agree.
people's idea. But I just feel like, somebody's got to have the name. Somebody they hate. There's a lot of hated people in this industry that sit down and ask the tough questions and that really get to dig deep and talk to people.
Tough job, ask the hard questions.
Absolutely, like Jason Lee is one of them. Like he gets dragged.
I love
all the
Jason
time.
though.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, I know Jason from Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah,
I know
okay.
him from reality TV, and Jason was always big for because gay guys always kind of have that thing for being like
spicy,
candy, spicy, whatever like that. But one thing Jason always did was tell the truth.
Okay.
He was never in no lie. He always kept that shit real, whether you like what he said or not.
Got you.
And I mean, that's why I feel like we got to read it. Just like you fucking read me before this record, but I ain't gonna say shit.
She's still harping
She said,
on
bitch,
the
you was
past.
background. Let me tell y'all, this bitch told me I was background noise.
I did no such thing.
Okay. She said I was background noise. I said, bitch.
Don't even do me like that.
Not
don't
the
do
black
me.
and white, not the gray TV screen.
Don't do me. Do not do me.
No, bitch, you did me. Bitch,
Don't
you
do
read me.
Don't do me.
Shit.
So, don't do me. Any whore. But yeah, like, so that whole entire situation, like, it's really just my least favorite thing to talk about right now. I hate it like so much. I just wanted to be over. And like people were saying, it's just being even drug out even further because now they gotta wait to have a whole nother court date in sometime a few months from now or something like that. So they have to go back to court. So it's not even finished. So it's just like, what the fuck? Like, let's get it over with. It's
giving unfinished business, and I'm not here for it.
Period.
I'm really not here for it. You know what I am here for though?
What?
I'm sorry, unpopular opinion, and I know y'all gonna be mad, but I want to hear what the fuck all that Trey Songz did.
Oh shit!
I need to hear the who's, the what's, how, the why.
Take a sip on that note.
I'm serious. Now that I'm waiting for that surviving Tremaine. Mr. Neverson. Just y'all want to call out Michael and Neverland, call out Mr. Neverson. I want to know what he did. Bring in the cats.
Is that how you feel?
Y'all don't want to know?
I'm just kidding. I mean, I feel like that shit. Sometimes I don't think that people's try. Of course, people want to know, like, because it was presented in a fashion. Okay, let me just go back. I'm going to stop myself right from saying that statement and just preface it with this because this is my forethought.
Come on,
The most fucked up part about this situation, quote unquote, with Trey Songz is that Keke Palmer came out first and said something.
Yes, she did.
And people fucking looked at her like she was making shit up, like she was just like fabricating shit, like her word wasn't bond, like she just was like totally like out of left field with it. But then there's another person saying something, and because she is who she is, it's in the news, it's getting attention. People are questioning him. People are raising their eyebrow. But this has been a thing from my understanding because
Keke Palmer never been an attention seeker though, so it kind of blew me why she was getting so much negative backlash as she was. Because I'm like, Keke Palmer was like our all-American girl actress growing up. Like she was, you know what I mean? Like she was the Raven-Symoné after Raven. Like, you know what I mean? The black girl that was kind of like in everything, doing well. She wasn't in like the slutty black girl shit. You know, she was aspiring. You know, I don't understand why she was getting that. Because she never gave that. So I definitely didn't agree with that feedback. But I bet a lot of those people are, you know, shooting themselves in the toe now.
Yeah, and also for me to add insult to injury when it comes to that situation, on top of that, she never even really like, I felt like when she told what happened, she still never really like tore him the fuck down, so to speak. She told exactly what happened, and she told exactly how she felt in the situation, how he was making her feel, how she was trying to speak up for herself, how you know, she was basically backed in a corner in the situation. The way she described the situation was he was very aggressive coming on to her, and she felt like she had to run and hide. Okay, and the people are like, well, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you do this? It's a lot of situations that happen that people are coerced to do things.
But that even shows you, even at your level of status.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It does not matter. It doesn't matter. When they see you as, they think you lunch, they going to approach you like it. And not saying that she's giving off that energy, but it's just like people have these ideas. Like people like that struggle with power. They want to feel like they're in control. So, you know, that's the reason why they take advantage of people in that way. And it really it's fucked up because it's really detrimental to their mental health and their, you know, experience.
Like people like that, they got a thing with power, but she ain't. It's not James St. Patrick.
Period. Okay? Listen.
Okay?
It's getting...
What time?
But yeah, so I really, like, for that situation, I really wish that, you know, if there is some findings and something did happen with this other person that came out and said something and she's not just faking, not trying to say she is faking, I don't know. Get down to the bottom of it, and you know, honestly, maybe it's a situation where it's like they're feeling like, you know, if we make this too public or do something about this too much in the public eye, we're going to rip a Band-Aid off of, you know, other shit.
Fuck the Band-Aid. That's what Neil's born for.
Exactly, because there's so much other, like, listen, I've heard many females
clean
say
out the wound, get some
on different platforms from different industries. They predators out there. So yeah, like, everybody don't be lying. That's what I say.
That's just facts about that. I guess speaking of women with high earnings, that pushes us right into our first topic.
Speaking of women, yeah. So so this topic popped up shortly. It was something that's old, but you know, we were talking about it a little bit, and while we were having a conversation, we felt like it was worth discussing. So there was a young man who was on the specific platform who I won't name because I don't remember, quite frankly, and second of all, it doesn't matter. So
come on, it doesn't matter.
Yes, know your role, Jabroni site. So he basically said in a nutshell, high earning women are less attractive. High earning women are less attractive, ladies and gentlemen. According to this young man, that's what he said. Women who earn a substantial amount of money, or who make a great, who don't have to bet a lash and then some.
I have one word that's going to trump his statement with every man, almost every man that walks this earth when he says that. For him to say high earning women are unattractive, I have one word that will demolish all of that when it comes to most men. Beyonce.
Girl.
Beyonce. That's just it. To the average man, Beyonce is the baddest bitch on the planet. Mm-hmm. And we all know
she's the average woman too.
Exactly. So we all know she's a very high income earning individual. Mm-hmm. You don't fucking think she's unattractive.
Right, exactly. What's so unattractive about her? Let me know. Because, of course, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but being as though she comes from the South and the way that her upbringing, yeah, she got spice to her. Yeah, she fucked with a nigga that's from Brooklyn, but at the end of the day,
I got hot sauce in my bag.
Swag. She got the southern sass. But they sweet as peaches. We're more crack the whip type.
Yeah, they're
bitches.
More conservative.
They're more, they just lay back and chill or whatever like that. Yep. So what do you want? Like, what the fuck do you want?
I mean, I gotta.
Because it's like, make your mind up. It's like, if we're broke, you don't want us. Oh, we don't want no broke bitches. Da, da, da. If we're broke, you don't want us. If we make a substantial amount of money, we can take care of you, your baby mother, and all your kids without batting a lash. And then it's still a fucking problem.
Because that was given, I want an ugly bitch that I want to take care of. Like, I don't understand.
You want them in a position where it's just enough for them to feel like they're wanted by you, but just enough to feel like nobody else will fucking want them.
Yeah, and that's not fair. And to be honest, I feel like that's the mindset of the average man.
That's it.
Because
let me take a sip.
Think about it. Like I think I've said this before. I may or may have not. I've been in relationships where my ex has gotten jealous if he noticed a man looking at me while we were out. And it's like, my nigga, if I'm attractive or he finds me attractive, like, you want an ugly bitch? Like, you want somebody that nobody's gonna look at?
Right.
Like, that's not uncommon.
They
like,
just
it's
looking.
Not irregular. Like, yeah, I'm like, you act like you tried to reach out and touch my hand, tried to holler at me while you were standing right here.
Yeah, like disrespectfully or something.
Right. I'm like, that's not.
It's not
uncommon.
It's not what it gave.
And at the end of the day, if I know bitches gonna look at you or you're charming or whatever like that, I know it's something about you that drew me to you. So I know that same quality is gonna draw other women to you. And I'm not jealous about that.
I understand. Yeah, and that's how I look at it too.
But honestly. I understand what threw me so far left about that statement coming from a man, because I feel like most men compare themselves to one another based off finances, how much money that they had. That's how they kind of, women really kind of compete off of looks and style, and men kind of compete off of what's in their pockets. Mm-hmm. And like in the things that they have, we all kind of mutual on that, but more so men with the money, women with the look. You don't want a woman with a bag so that you can have even more money and be a power couple. You don't want a bad bitch with a bag.
Mm-mm. They want a bad
if
bitch
I was
in
a nigga,
bag.
What, you want a bad bitch in a sleeping bag?
Listen, with a bad bitch with
he want a cute
bag.
Broke bitch. Mm-hmm. That's what it was given. You want a cute broke bitch. You want a bitch that everybody wants to look at, but again, she has the lack of self-esteem in certain areas for you to be able to do just enough to take care of her. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, very much so.
That's some bullshit.
It is. It is. It's. But that's what it's given to me. That's what it's given to me. Because anytime you can make a statement like that, it's like, why wouldn't you want someone that's self-sufficient?
Listen, if I was gay, if I was binary, whatever. If I was gay, I would want a bad bitch with a bag. If I was a man, I would want a bad bitch with a bag. I'm a woman. I want a bad nigga with a bag.
And that's on period, friend.
Like What are we really talking about
here? Yeah, what is the discussion?
Why wouldn't anybody? Don't you want somebody with a bag? Shout out to Smuggers in the background. Okay, Smuggers are enjoying the team. Smuggers, don't you want a bitch with a bag? And don't you want the bag yourself? And that's on the fucking game. Okay,
I think we here with it.
It just make it make sense here.
Exactly.
Everybody wants a bag, and everybody wants a bad bitch.
Yep. There you know.
There we go.
I said there you know. There you go.
There you know. There you go.
You know. Shout out Ree.
Shit.
Yes.
Because I'm like, real shit. The statement, I don't think it came across as he actually intended for it to be. And to be honest, at this point, now that it's already out there, I can't even configure to what possibly his intentions might have actually been initially. Because it just came out so foolish.
To start a pot, probably for sound bites. And
it could have been. Because I say people do shit like that all the time. People do shit like that is done, that people want to say something negative about, but you just want to go viral. You want the likes. You want the retweets. You want the reposts. Like, that shit is nutty. And that shit is attention seeking.
And it was like, he had the whole, like, well, what do I want you for attitude. It was just like, well, what do I want you for? It's just like, what? What do you mean? You guys could do so much. Like, especially if she's trying to be, and you can teach her some shit. She can teach you some shit. Like, what are you saying right now? Like, where have you been? Who are your old heads? Like,
who the fuck are you?
Yeah, who the fuck are you?
Okay. Y'all remember Mike Epps said that the next Friday? He said, who the fuck are you? He told it.
Listen, got right to it.
Like, anyway.
Yes.
I mean, I ain't gonna even lie. I don't even think I had too much more on
Me
that.
neither.
He got the fuck up my nerves.
He did.
But if I ever see him in person, because I'm gonna go back and remember who he is, because he's not name worthy to go up on this platform. But these hands is bisexual. I like to fight.
I'm done. Not her wanting to rumble. Anyway,
I gotta be real feministic about this.
Goodness.
Is feministic a word? I don't think so, but I just made it up.
Yeah, you tried to clean up that fucking comment. And speaking of cleaning up your comments,
what? Feministic?
No, cleaning up comments in reference to the next topic that we have.
The clean up
right
woman.
Man,
is somebody who they call love you, girl.
I'm done.
Leave behind.
I'm done.
She said, the reason I know.
It's you. It's always you.
I was in my old school bag this weekend. I'm sorry, when I was cleaning up.
That's okay. Me too. When I was,
I listened to the old, the Earth, Wind, and Fire and them.
Yes, me too. Earth, Wind, Fire. I was listening to a lot of Earth, Wind.
Them spinners.
Yes, the Gap Band. Yes,
girl. Yes, I did.
Yes. So, basically, this is another topic that I brought up there because I'm just like,
I'm gonna be finding not strangest, but I'm gonna be finding the craziest time. Like, where the fuck do you find this?
I'm so sorry.
It definitely strange left field one. Be talking about, cause where the fuck did they come up with that shit?
I don't know, but this is definitely a thing.
Yeah.
So this guy goes on the internet and goes on tweeting about a situation whereas he was dating this girl, seeing this girl, just started seeing her, pretty much invited her over to chill or whatever like this, and she said something that threw off the whole mood. So we're just gonna get right into it.
Yep.
So he was like, I was talking to this girl and she made this comment which I found to be rude or judgmental, and I wasn't okay with it at all. Tell me if I addressed this issue well. So he goes on to put up the screenshots of the text messages. So it says, make sure you clean up too. If you invite me to a dirty space, I will assume you don't respect me. So then he was like, I know you. He was like, how you want to judge someone's house already when you ain't even been there? So she was like, most niggas don't value a clean living space, so I gotta let it be known. So his response was, I was being serious, and I'm not like most niggas, but anyways, because she laughed when she sent that response. So he's like, I'm being serious to you. So she was like, she was like, whatever, I don't see nothing wrong with me jokingly asking you to make sure the space is clean. So he said, yeah, to you, but in general, it's still not right to joke or tell someone that regardless of status of their home, as a visitor who doesn't have knowledge about the person's house they're visiting or being invited. So he doesn't want her. He feels like the statement that she made was wrong because she has never seen or been to his house. And 2, he didn't feel like she shouldn't have been joking about a situation like that. And honestly, for me personally, like, for me, that is a thing. Y'all don't be cleaning the fuck up. I'm just going to say that. Y'all don't be cleaning the fuck up and it be looking crazy. I don't care, because as a person who takes pride in having a neat, clean living space, who is very organized, not saying that you got to be OCD as like me, but yes, I feel like shit should be clean. I don't want to walk in and see a ring around your tub and all the pubes that you shaved 3 days ago all in the tub and shit like that. Shit looking crazy. Clean up your living space. That's it. Like, there shouldn't be old ass skid marks in the toilet from 8 years ago. Like, there should be toilet paper. I should be able to wash my hands when I'm done using the bathroom. I'm sorry, am I snapping? That's a skid mark. I'm just saying, dirty shit. Like, piles and piles of shit everywhere. Dishes with all types of food, cruddy ass food, piled up in the sink from, like, old ass pots with food in it that stink. It smell like a dead body in your kitchen. Your bathroom smell like old ass horse pee. Like, clean the fuck up, bro. Seriously, some of y'all are trifling as hell. And it's not even to say that females don't be like that too, because y'all be nasty too, and y'all cars be out of pocket too. Your cars be crazier sometimes. But I'm just laying it all out there. I feel like, for me personally, I have experienced that. I've also experienced guys who did a fairly good job at cleaning up. No, it wasn't perfect, but you could tell that they just did not give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit was, all right. Like, but all that extra shit, nah, B, we ain't doing that. Take out the trash. All that extra shit. Your fridge smell like a dead-ass cemetery. Why is dirty as shit in your kitchen like that? Why do it smell like an old-ass Labrador living here? Your dog slobber has fucking fucked up your cushions on your couch. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, but I'm just saying, it may, honestly, I only laid it on thick because I just wanted to get the point across. But for me personally, the angle that I'm coming from is, although you may be upset that she said it jokingly, I feel like, one, she could have just said, yeah, you better not be no dirty ass fucking nigga. She could have just said it like that. She tried to make light of the situation, basically jokingly saying like, hey, look, while I realize, guys don't always have the instinct to, like, clean it up a little bit in here, I just want, this is a fair warning. This might be a deal breaker. This might be a deal breaker for her, as it is for me. If shit look crazy, don't have the nerve to invite me over, because it's disrespectful, and you should have been taught better than that. Don't you clean up before your company arrives? Anyway, I'm sorry. I felt for the fucking community that takes pride in cleaning up their living space. I'm sorry, I did.
For the record, I agree with everything you just said, but you definitely just snap, crackle, and popped,
like a
bitch.
bowl of Ice Krispies with some cold ass milk.
Bitch, you were her.
Yeah.
And the message. Mm-hmm. You can tell that clearly she was very traumatized by all of the dirty niggas that she had ran across. And she just wanted to make sure, because again, like you said, she was trying to make light about the situation. Yeah. She was, like, playfully trying to make sure she wouldn't walk into another nasty situation.
Man down.
But unfortunately,
Go 10.
In the moment where she now came across a new man,
right?
This wasn't necessarily the man that she had to say that to. So now this man is offended.
Absolutely, I understand.
Because he knows his fellow peers are, for the most part, sloppy, junky, some are dirty, whatever the case may be. You went through it all, so I ain't gonna even revisit the list. Bitch, it was the Labrador P for me. But listen, I'm just saying. But he was offended now at this point, because his shit don't smell like Labrador P. His clothes ain't all over the place. He keeps the shit neat. He knows at the very least, if he doesn't keep it neat or tidy on a regular basis, that when he has company to clean up prior to coming. I feel like naturally, though, a man who has some sense of pride, that when he begins dating a woman that he actually likes, he does begin to tidy up, just in hopes that she's going to come over soon.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I naturally feel like, because I'm like, I've even caught a couple of guys, like, when I was dating, I went over, I'm like, Nigga, you know you don't be living like this shit over the fucking record. You did this shit because you hoped I was coming over. Like, you know what I mean? Because I might catch one spot way than another. Like, yeah, but I knew you wasn't cleaning up all the time, but you didn't think I was going to look over here. Just saying. But again, I think naturally men who take pride in themselves, you know, when they like a woman and begin dating her, they start naturally looking up. And again, if you just dirty, you just dirty. That's just the person.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why when I said what I said, I'm like,
and I think he was just offended because he's a man who did take pride in himself. So he was offended that she kind of, in his eyes and point of view, jumped the gun
and said what she said.
And again, there's other ways that she could have said it, or she could have just not said it at all. She could have waited until if she would have arrived, saw the mess, and be like, okay, no, I'm going about face and I'm not going to do this. She could have not said nothing ahead of time whatsoever.
Yeah, I think honestly, for me personally, that's not necessarily how I would have handled the situation. Mm-hmm. I would have just, went and and when I got there and seen that it wasn't up to par for me to be,
I'd have turned the fuck
chilling.
Around.
I'd have been like, I gotta go. That's it. And if he would have asked and pressed the issue, I wouldn't have made no big deal of it. I just wouldn't have went over there. And eventually, when the conversation would have came up, like, no, seriously, why you won't come to my crib? Because I feel like
the difference between sloppiness or untidiness and dirt and grime and all that and smells. It's a difference.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Like a little dust. All right, come on now. Like, ain't nobody tripping over that. But, like, bro, you wash your ass every day, hopefully. Brush your teeth every day, hopefully. Like, groom yourself
I shouldn't
regularly.
See rings around your tub. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, me neither. I don't like that. Like,
rings around your sink. I shouldn't see excess. Like, all right, if it may be some voided spots here and there or whatever, you can tell you just maybe straightened up a little bit. You just didn't clean yet this week. You ain't doing deep cleaning this week or something like that this week. Right. That's fine. But we just not about to be... I'm about to be looking at
Georgia
scum.
The jungle. Yeah, we're not
looking at scum stains and grime and mold and shit. Like, no, we not. Girl. First of all, if anything in your house gets to the point of mold, you're nasty.
Yeah. And it's not like a water issue or anything like that. Yeah, on the yeah. As a result of you not cleaning up,
mold on the walls or in the ceilings and mold in the fucking tub.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And at the end of the day, if it's mold in your stuff, you should be reporting it. I shouldn't come in and see it.
Yeah.
If I say something about it, you should be always telling me, oh yeah, I got them to come in and work on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I would be asking, well, why did you invite me over? You don't know if I got asthma.
Absolutely.
Why would you expose me to that?
Breathing in mold spores. Here we go. I'm starting my shit again, y'all.
Now I turned it into L&I. Just saying. But nevertheless, I do you definitely was her. You definitely was that bitch. Was this your date? Was this your screenshot?
Yeah, it was. I did. I filmed it.
Was this you?
Oh no! It wasn't.
Was this your date?
Thank the Lord, it wasn't me.
This about you.
See, and for me, and you want to know, and because I realized that someone could take that the wrong way, that's why I never lead with that. I do, however, make it known that that type of shit and hygiene and all that other type.
I take that.
That very seriously. Like, I'm a serious person. Like, I take time to look good for you. So, bitch, so are you. Excuse me.
To be honest, I'm not even quite fond of men like who don't wear like cologne or any scents at all.
I understand. Or the ones who like don't think it's necessary to like kind of like sort of like trim their under the one like the shit that be hanging down. That shit gets on my nerves.
Your arm shouldn't be hanging down, and I'm like watching the bush.
Yeah, like the little white
like
pieces
that shit. Dead ass should not look like this.
I've seen some guys. Yeah, no,
that
real
shit shouldn't look like this.
I've seen some guys that had some considerably long underarm hair. Like, it was mad long. Like, not even like on. So like, men have underarm hair like that. I'm not sweating it.
Do you have a lot? Do you trim it?
Yeah, right.
Like, you keep it groomed. See?
No, I'm talking about the like literal legit. Like, don't even gotta lift their arms up. Like,
no, dead ass. I told my
mad hair.
I told my nigga trim his.
Yeah.
Like his shit don't even come down like that. But I don't like how thick it is. Like, I don't like the spacing of it. Like, you know how like everybody's hair is differently.
Yeah, different.
I feel like it's part of like the Red Sea and it's real ignorant. Like, I feel like it got a bald spot in the middle. Like, it's real ignorant.
I'm fucking weak.
Like,
how you fucking rude to somebody underarm hair? Like, the man can't control how his underarm hair
Well,
grows.
if you fucking trim it and like groom it on a regular,
your pubes are just different.
But that's what I'm saying. We've been getting waxed at this point for fucking years. Yeah. So like my pubes are groomed to grow in a certain way because I get a wax every 4 weeks. I feel like if he trims it up, like, it's like thick, right? And it's like if you take the ball of this mic and like put the face of it right here.
It's only funny because I can see his beard. That's why it's so funny. I'm just picturing his beard underneath his arm.
Right. Just imagine his face in between. Just imagine one side of his beard, his face is on the other side. That's how it looks. I'm just like, yo, you gotta cut that down so it like at least look even. I'm like, or at least try to comb it. Like maybe it's clumped together. So it looks spaced out and it's just parted. And it's like parted like right there at the crease of the arm when it's down.
I'm really
so I'm like, how do you got half and half? It's like grass is greener on the other side kind of shit. I don't like it.
It's giving patchy.
Yeah, it's giving
patchwork.
I'm like, why you got bald spots under your arms? Like, bitches don't got no edges and you ain't got no edges under your arms. Like, I don't know.
That's some funny shit. That's some funny. You are an asshole.
I don't like the way it looks. Like, I don't like all pubes neither. Like, you know, I like, remember you was like, in our early 20s, everybody ain't, all niggas ain't shit. You know, they ain't really grooming shit.
Yeah.
Niggas had some peasy ass hair. I was not. I don't like the BBs on the bowl. I ain't mean to say it like that, but like you know, if a nigga drop his drawers, you just see peas.
I'm sorry, I don't know why that shit is so funny because that shit is funny as shit.
It's real. That's what it
real.
Is.
Yes, it's so real. Like yo, this bitch like just.
I'm like, can you just at the least comb it so it can like look neat? I don't like when they let it ball up like individually.
Just
look
give
nappy.
it. Just fade it out. Just fade it out.
Yeah, fade it out.
If you don't want to go bald, just fade it out.
Like give it a little shape up or something.
Yeah. Like pre-wax days.
Yeah,
girl.
It's nothing wrong with like literally they have manscaping kits, so I don't feel like men should feel self-conscious about grooming or shaving their.
You
private
can legit get a membership to the place that we get waxed at
for men, yeah,
and get they have what's called a man motherfucking keening. You can get that done. You can get your underarm hairs done. Listen, if you got sensitive skin and you can't shave, sometimes you can't. Like if a man is like happens to have skin like me, it's a rat. Real rap. Sorry, I had to get real deep and raspy with it.
Sparkles, would you get a wax? Would you get a wax?
Yeah. You would?
Women like stuff like that. So to oppose that and say it's dirty is like.
No, it's definitely not dirty. I just didn't think men would be
like,
into it.
Like
people
say that it's like
undesirable.
Yeah, or like they would assume that you're like gay. Like
to
go like,
and get a. Right, yeah.
Right. Definitely are cleaning. So I just didn't think they would be you know what I think about when I think about men getting the wax? 40-year-old version.
Oh shit.
I think they're naturally scared to get it. That's what I think.
Oh yeah. But I mean but honestly, yo, for real, if you a man that got super sensitive skin and you mad hairy, you might not have no choice.
No, dead ass.
Yo, some men
because I don't like the taco
lot
meat
of body
shit.
hair. You don't like the taco meat?
No, I don't like back hair and chest hair. I can't do it.
Yeah, and it feels really rough on my face.
It
my
is
skin
taco
is
meat.
So smooth. Yeah, it feels when the stubble comes out, it feels like great little baby shark teeth on your skin.
Back hair scares me. It reminds me of a bear.
Really?
No, I'm dead ass.
Bitch, we're mammals.
Well, bitch, we did. Listen, I don't believe in that. Humans came from ape shit, so fuck all
Oh
of
my
that.
goodness, I'm just
evolution and all that bullshit.
I'm just talking
about.
Cause
my anthropology teacher, I listen. I don't give a fuck how much. Shave that shit off. Wax it off. Wax on, wax off.
Yeah. So grooming is really. How do we always get to grooming?
How the fuck did we get here? What was we on? What was we talking about?
Cleaning up and just hygiene and shit like that.
Oh yeah, the clean up woman.
Oh God. Okay.
We're gonna have to insert that song.
Maybe. So
don't do that. You've been reading me all. You've been reading about the last.
I didn't even do nothing. Well, you introduce the last topic then, since you think I'm reading. You go ahead and introduce the last topic then.
Read. Hold on, Pastor. What verse you want me to read, Pastor?
Third verse. Thank you.
Read. Okay, so we're going to end this on a peaceful note. So this was actually a tweet that came from one of the talk show hosts. I actually don't know who she is. Mm-hmm. Her name is Kim, and said her Twitter is Real Talk Kim. I think it says. I feel a little funny about reading this statement. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Because I feel like I'm being a slight way of a hypocrite. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there so we can just go ahead and talk about it.
Okay.
Ladies, if you feel excuse me, ladies, if you're looking for a man that can, quote, handle, unquote, you probably don't bring peace. And I said, I feel like a bit of a hypocrite because I often used to recall myself always saying like, well, I feel like if I didn't get along with a guy or we didn't work out, that he couldn't handle me.
Right.
So I'm like, well, damn, does that mean I wasn't a peaceful bitch? And at that time, when I thought about it, I was like, damn, I probably wasn't. But I don't feel like I was like raggedy or uncouth.
Okay, that's fair to say.
So the mature me is able to read that statement and, you know, kind of reflect and go, well, I get it, but was I that bad? It makes me question myself.
I get it. I mean, because ultimately speaking, in your younger days, you know, we have that whole, you know, spicy, you know, hot girl attitude. Like, yeah, you know, he got to be able to handle me because da, 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 da. Like, you know,
like motherfuckers was super sensitive. I still feel like that, though.
But ultimately, no, honestly, no, you're right. Like, everything is hypersensitive. Like, we are in a very hypersensitive climate for whatever reason. You literally cannot say anything. You cannot have any kind of opinion. While I do agree that everyone doesn't need a microphone, nor do they need to be able to be put on a platform to be able to have the freedom to say these kinds of, some of the shit that they saying and the way that they're saying it and, you know, shit like that. Sometimes, you know, that's not the case. Sometimes people do be having some shit to say too at the same time. So you gotta kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta give a little to get a little.
You gotta give a little to get a little. It's a catch-22 with that. But I just know for a fact that, like you said, being, you know, getting older and maturing and coming into the woman that I am, I feel like, you know, it has been important to realize that, you know, not saying that you have to, not saying that you automatically have to submit to someone, but not being, you know, such a challenge all the time. Being a challenge all the time is not fucking attractive. It's not. It's just like, men don't want to always have to think super hard about everything. You understand? Just like you don't either. So, you know, call a spade and just enjoy yourself. If that's what you're doing.
And it's crazy because in that aspect, I never thought about it as being challenging because one thing that I pride myself on, I'm never a challenge intentionally. I'm never a challenge on purpose. I only challenge things that do not make sense to me.
Okay. Yeah.
So if I'm challenging something, and when I challenge something, it's not about me being argumentative. It's not about me trying to be bossy or be a bitch or whatever the case may be. I may be just simply asking questions because I need clarity so I can make sure that you and I are still both on the same page, or that I, at least at the very least, I understand what it is that you're trying to do or where it is that you're coming from, your perspective.
Yeah, I definitely need
I don't think that that's unfair to say or unfair to do, or I don't think that's an unfair perspective.
Right.
So I think even just kind of, I guess, in defense of my younger self, it was just like, I get it, but in some aspects, it's just like,
yeah, I think it depends on the context.
Niggas don't bring me peace all the time either. Like, why the fuck it just got to be about me bringing peace?
I think it really just depends upon the context that the statement was made. Also, because if you think of it in terms of, you know, everything ain't for everybody. Like, if you're a female who's very outgoing, who, you know, has a lot going for herself, who knows how to work a room, who travels often, and who's very involved in like society, and, you know, has an opinion about pretty much anything she feels like she wants to speak on. Every man can't handle that. So maybe you can't handle a female that is like that.
That's where I'm coming from.
But I understand the problematic side of that statement resides in, you know, again, it's a contextual thing. It's just like, well, what do you mean can't, because you can't handle me? You can't handle me. What do you mean by that? Like, is it because you're so hell bent on being a challenge all the time rather than just allowing a man to lead and, you know, getting to know somebody? Is that your thing? Is that what you really think? Is that why you keep having this problem? Exactly. Is that why you keep having this problem?
Right. So that that statement would technically be different depending on the person.
Exactly. And that's why I, you know, wanted to shed a little light on that, because I'm like, I feel like it could be viewed from both sides of the coin.
Absolutely.
So, you know, you can say it as if, you know, yo, like, I got this going for me. I'm doing this. I'm trying to do this. I got these. This is where I see myself in this X amount of time. If you're not a person that wants to be, live this kind of lifestyle, if you can't add to this, if you can't build with me, then you can't handle me.
Right. And I'm like, I feel like, again, to add to that, I know what kind of person I am. I'm very self-aware. I'm good at reading people. My discernment is very high. I read nonverbal and social cues very well. So if I know somebody's personality, or I'm making those observations and I'm building that, and I know that compared to them and me, that they won't be able to handle me on a certain level or be able to engage with me without falling the fuck apart or feeling some kind of way.
Right, folding under pressure.
Then I'm going to say, you can't handle me.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to say. And if you're offended by that, fuck you.
That definitely might be a fair statement in that moment, for sure. So
I'm like, that's why I said I feel like I was a bit of a hypocrite, or I feel a bit contradictory in that statement, because I'm just like, that's not necessarily the case universally.
Yep.
Across the board.
It's not. And again,
I mean, it was a white lady who said it.
Yeah.
And they do tend to be more submissive than black women. Just the kind of, in an overall kind of statement way. You know how, we normally say, well, not we normally say, but, it's kind of generalized that black men who date white women, or who prefer white women, they prefer them because they're more submissive, because we give a little bit too much attitude, kind of thing. So I feel like in that sense, that kind of could be, you know what I mean?
Where they was coming from. Yeah. I understand. And that's
a more of a submissive perspective. Yeah.
I understand.
Because I'm not a submissive bitch. I'm not a nurturing bitch. I'm not a motherly, earthy,
it's
nurturing kind of bitch. Not even
about being motherly and earthly. Nurturing can. People do think of.
I'm not a nurturer.
Why I'm not saying that people.
I'm not no nurturer.
I understand, but there's different ways to be. Men can be nurturers too, also.
No, I know that, but I know generally that's a quality that that's normally associated with women, and I just know that ain't me.
Well, while I do believe that I could possess that quality, I don't consider myself to be solely just a nurturer. I think that's part of who I am. I think I have nurturing qualities.
I think so too.
Yes.
I think you'd be a great mother.
But and not even about just in a mother
when
perspective.
I think of nurturing, I don't know why, but that's the first thing I think of is like a mothering
when I'm thinking
style.
about nurturing, you could be fucking raising plants and be a nurturer. You can have a green thumb and be a nurturer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think about stuff like that.
You can raise animals and be a farmer and be a nurturer. Yeah. So
but you had that heart though, like you do have a nurturing side.
Yeah, but when you care about somebody, I feel like naturally that it can be an instinctual thing. While I do agree that some people don't fit that bill and don't have that quality. Sometimes they don't, but when it comes to certain people who consider themselves not to be like that are like that with certain people, and
I agree. And that's me. I'm not a nurturer, but I'm only like that with certain people.
To the world, you're not. Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
And I agree, and I think that's fair to say also.
Okay.
There's just a lot of it. That's all I'm coming from, because I'm just like, well, nurturers can be different. Like it could be like
I just kind of say that because naturally when people meet you, like you don't give off that bitch factor. I do.
Unless, psych.
Here come Taz. I told y'all about Tasmanian devil.
Start biting shit.
See? There we go.
But this was a good one though. I like that we dissected that like a little frog. Mm-hmm.
I remember doing that in middle school. You?
Yep, 8th grade, bitch. I remember.
I don't care what nobody say. That was the dissecting frogs in middle school was the reason why I didn't eat mussels for so long.
Because
it looked not even just that,
the muscles and
but
shit.
It looks like the frog's brain and stomach. It's either the stomach or I think it's the stomach. Was it the stomach? Is it the stomach or the stomach or the brain? It looked just like a muscle.
Well, your stomach is a muscle, so.
I mean, yeah, but I'm like the frog specifically. I was like, that looks just like something I pulled out of the frog.
All of it was nasty.
And I didn't want to eat it.
We did pigs. We did parasites.
I went to a hood high school. We didn't get all that. We only got the frog. When we was lucky, we got that.
Ooh, no. Then that shit was stinking.
Bitch, I went to Overbrook.
That shit was stinking.
in the
Let me tell you
2000s.
Let me tell you.
So you know we was ghetto by then.
I didn't want to have to fucking do none of that shit. But
It was fun. I liked poking that stuff.
It had a weird. It was a smell for me. It just stunk.
I think that's where I got a little homicidal-ish. I like that a little bit too much. I wouldn't mind stabbing nobody after that.
What? Bitch! What?
No, I'm just saying, like, if I had to, I wouldn't mind after that. I feel like I got comfortable.
Whoa, wait a fucking minute.
No.
Hold up, bitch.
Like,
Wait.
you know how it's similar. Like,
not
you know.
gut me like a fish if you felt like it.
No,
like,
not,
what?
not
Not
you,
give me
bitch.
the steelhead trout treatment. Shit.
I'm just saying, after that experience.
Well, I'm being damn grizzly.
No, well, of course not you, but I'm just saying, after that experience, I just felt like, well, damn, if I had to stab somebody, if they ran the fuck up on me, I wouldn't feel like so queasy about it. Because you know how they say stabbing somebody is worse than shooting somebody because you gotta feel the, you gotta feel the blade go through the flesh.
It don't feel like dissecting no fucking animal. Because let me tell you something. First of all, you going through muscle and skin.
Well, I've done it.
You going through ligaments. You going through bones. Everything.
Allegedly.
If it's So yeah, that stab is going to be a little different, but y'all ain't here or see that. We going to edit that shit the fuck out because this bitch is crazy. This bitch is crazy. Bitch.
It was just a thought. People.
Okay? No, you keep that door to your goddamn self, okay? You don't do that.
I ain't say I wanted to hurt no fucking body.
That's the fuck
said,
you did.
No, I didn't. I said I just felt
bitch,
comfortable.
I synced it and heard it.
No, I just said that if I felt like somebody ran up on me and I had to pull a blade, I wouldn't hesitate.
Pull up on me.
That's all. You know how I got fight or flight or shock. I'm just saying if I had to pull a blade on somebody, after that I felt like, all right, I may be able to pull a blade on somebody if I had to, because it don't feel as, I can do that.
Anyway, who we got for the boss of the week this week? Because I'm just done.
I'm just saying.
I can't. Who was the
Why
boss
I used to
of the
carry
week?
blazers in my tongue in middle school? Remember I told you about that?
Christine. Why are you giving people information?
That was middle school, bitch. That ain't now.
That don't mean you forgot. Your name ain't Boy John. Y'all must have forgot.
I don't do it no more. I don't do it no more.
I'm going to punch you in the face.
And at the end of the day, if you went to middle school with me, you probably just finding out if you watching it because I just said something like, bitch, you didn't even know. I was looking in the guy with the pickles on.
I know you're not too ghetto. I know you're not too ghetto. She gets on my nerves. Anywho.
Cheers.
Cheers. We getting up out of here. Who we got for the boss of the week, man?
Bitch, Smarcus.
Smarcus! Like, no, my man Marcus. AKA Shorty Does Visuals. AKA the person whose YouTube we ever so graciously took over.
It's the sound of my gat.
Every time y'all saw us in here in this room recording and we was on YouTube, we was on this guy's channel.
Let me tell you something. I gotta tell that story, please. I have to.
Go ahead.
We got to
tell it because it was her plan.
All right, so you ain't gotta say it like it was our plan, bitch. We a team. Don't just put it on me.
Finish.
All right, y'all. So y'all know it was just us at the beginning, right? It was just me and Anna doing our fucking thing. Y'all know we ain't technical. I don't know about Anna, but a bitch like me, I ain't technical. So when we got in here, we tried to create a little scenery. We gave you our little videos and the visuals and the previous episodes in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I ain't feel like logging into my YouTube, right? So I figured, let me log into somebody's YouTube who already logged in. And guess who we logged into? Shorty Does Visuals. And I only chose him because it was a black guy with it. I figured he was less likely to kick us off, bitch.
And lo and behold, your ass was right.
He brought the team down, bitch. Hey! Shout out to our fucking new videographer, photographer, editor. What else we gonna call you, Marcus?
The fucking man.
The man behind the cam. Okay? Period. Okay? That's what it is. So yes, you guys, our visuals will definitely get a little bit better. It's not gonna just be us no more.
I'm just so excited about this. We're
Yes.
so glad. Welcome to the team, Smarcus. That's what we call
bitch,
him.
I'm too excited, bitch. I'm flinging these motherfucking braids and I'm ready to just shoot this fucking content, bitch. I feel like I can go all night. Well, not all night, but.
And why his name's Smarcus? Because he's smart. And his name
Marcus. I said, Marcus, you got this shit on down pat. Because let me tell you something. I am fucking remedial when it comes to the shit. I don't care what nobody say. I will say it all the time. We've been this last year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost been a year and a half.
Yeah.
We started in November. We're going we in May.
Yeah.
So it's been a year and a half.
Exactly. Yep.
And it's just been us. In 15 months, we've been holding it down. And you guys have been rocking with us, and we appreciate y'all support.
Yes, we do.
Y'all been holding on through the missed clips, the bad visuals, some of the poor audio, some of the having visuals. I mean, some of the having audio with no visuals. Y'all held on through all of that shit. And all we can say is thank you, and we appreciate you guys. And now, since we upgrading, y'all can invite some more people to the tribe. Period. So shout out to our newfound family member. Shorty does visuals. He is our boss of the week because he definitely came in and shed light on our little team. Yes.
And y'all can find him on Instagram. So make sure y'all go slide on over there.
And that's Shouty does visuals. That's even though I'm not your man, I'm a girl, I'ma call you back.
Shouty does visuals.
That's Shouty, okay? SHAWTY does visuals. All one word, no underscores, no extra characters or anything like that. So yes, and don't y'all think y'all going to overcrowd him, okay? Because he does have an obligation to us, okay? And we security and family team, okay? Don't do that.
Yes, I don't know, love.
Listen, okay? Don't let me get up and get low.
Okay.
Y'all don't.
All right now. Hold up.
Get up and hold it the fuck down. I parked this bitch like the Red Sea, like them underarms I was talking about.
Hit the crab leg, bitch. Hit the crab leg.
Okay? Yes. So yes, you guys, send them some love, send them a shout out, repost to whatever you got to do. And yeah, I'm excited. That's all we have for this week.
Yeah, that's all we have for this one.
So find us wherever you guys listen to your podcast. If you can't find us, request us, because I think I did see an email come. I think somebody requested us on a platform that we might not have. I was excited about that.
Ooh.
Yeah, after that, it was like, okay, somebody was looking for you on here. And I was like, oh, all right, bitch.
All right now,
yeah. So anywhere that you listen to podcasts, watch on the YouTube, and find us, follow us, Instagram, Teach His Own 215 podcast. That is all one word.
Yep.
And we're working on some other platforms, and we'll definitely bring them to you guys when they are ready.
Yep.
So, Chuck, you got any other news for the folks? Anything you want to let them know?
No, I do not. I'll see y'all in the next episode.
Yes, we will. So, bye, guys. I'm Miss Lomax.
And I'm Sunkist Shock.
And together we are
Teach His Own.
Holla back.
Deuces.